Number 15, J. Cole. Now initially I had a tie between J. Cole and Kendrick. To me, they're the same person, like that Spider-Man meme. Here's why I say that. It's like they're a perfect balance of each other. Lyrically, I think they're on the same level. They can spit the same techniques, whether it's boom bap, trap, spitfire, double time, you name it. Is one lyrically better than the other? It's kind of like a 1-1A type deal, but I would give the edge to Cole. Now, it all depends on what you're looking for as well. If you want straight bars, witty punchlines, and straight, grits and gravy of it, then I'm probably gonna rock with Cole. But if I want to be drawn into the lyrics and follow through with verbal metaphors and just taking the scenic tour, I'm taking K-Dot. Again, both are more than capable of achieving the aforementioned and at the high level of expertise. They both know how to create a song. If you want the hits, K-Dot has those. If you want the consistency of quality sound on those songs, time you be like, yo, is this some new-ish? They be like, nah, it's like 2 summers ago. And it's fresh to you, and then it becomes part of your playlist. I'll take Cole. Again, both have accomplished both at expert level. They were on the come up at the same time. They both incorporated the blueprint of what 50 Cent made popular with the self-promoted mixtape approach. But I have to rank them in this order, really only because of the playability factor. Not that you can't play Cole, but the reactions don't, get the same response as a Kendrick or a Drake. After much hype built up from the signing of Roc Nation, he dropped Cold World in 2011, and it debuted at #1 on the Billboards, went on to platinum status shortly thereafter. This project introduced us to songs like Workout, Can't Get Enough, and Nobody's Perfect featuring Missy. This album set the tone of his content of character, tackling subjects like abortion, fatherless households, and dealing with the ills of becoming famous. A wholesome album, something that was refreshing to the hip-hop scene after there was significant drop-off with the Laffy Taffies and the Soulja Boys beginning to infiltrate. And just like that, real bars and substance and consciousness were back in the mix. So in 2013, he dropped Born Sinner, which debuted #2, and 3 weeks later went #1. Eventually went double platinum. Fast forward to 2014, and Cole drops 2014 Forest Hills Drive. And guess what? It debuted #1 on the Billboards. Weird, right? The one thing that stood out the most about this album, it went platinum with no features. And in this day and age, that's almost unheard of. This goes to show that this gentleman is a true lyricist and writer. And contrary to popular belief, lyrics do matter. So that's what? 3 straight #1 platinum albums. He's probably gonna take a break now, right? And go on tour, right?
Wrong.
You're talking about J. Cole, man. 2 years later, he drops For Your Eyes Only. And yup, #1 on the Billboards, went platinum. Honestly, to me, this one went under the radar, but not to a million other folks, right? I mean, it was only 10 songs. Maybe it was rushed, but I tell you what wasn't rushed. 2018 rolls around, and on 4/20 of that year, he drops KOD, or King of Diamonds, which to me was his best album. This work was done in a way to take shots at the new SoundCloud rappers movement, man. Creativity was at an all-time low, and his whole album sounded like a quality trap album that talked about grown stuff like taxes, depression, meditation, and family issues, and was literally a non-skip album. And this was literally his 5th consecutive #1 charting platinum album. That's not easy to do when you're moving into the streaming era. Listen, man, his feature game has been major, either in appearances or with somebody on his tracks. But as of recent, he has been bodying anything he has been invited to. He is part of the 3 gatekeepers of the new generation of hip-hop that always reminds us that bars still matter, and has been an undeniable talent, whether you knew it or not, or whether you admit it or not.
Now get me, Sabe!